learn about the types of electrodes. So these are the types of electrodes. One by one we will try to know what are these and with examples. Metal ion electrode. So metal ion electrode, whenever a metal is dipped in its own ions, that is called as metal ion electrode. For example, any metal is dipped in its own ions. Maybe it is a gold electrode or silver electrode or zinc electrode, which is dipped in the zinc sulfate solution. That is, it should be dipped in its own ions. So first is metal ion electrode. Next is same like that only, metal salt ion electrode. So metal salt ion electrode, metal is dipped in the electrode. Metal is dipped in the solution, and this solution, which is sparingly soluble, yes, it means not completely soluble. So this sparingly soluble solution is in contact with the metal, and again it is in contact with the anion of the salt. That is, for example, if we take silver electrode is dipped. Silver electrode is dipped in the silver chloride solution, and again it is in contact with the anion of the salt. You know that it is Cl minus is anion, where Ag plus is cation. So Cl minus is in contact with this one. So this electrode can be represented like this: AgCl and Cl minus. So this is metal salt ion electrode. Also we can give the example. So this is a silver chloride electrode, and already we have studied about this one as calomel electrode. That is Hg. Calomel means here we have already studied the construction, working and applications of calomel electrode. So we know that what is it is an example for the metal salt ion electrode. So what we can write it here is example is one more example can be given for that. That is mercurous chloride, and again that is in contact with the Cl minus ions. Okay, so calomel electrode. So these two examples can be given for metal salt ion electrode. The next one more type is that is gas electrodes. So the name itself defines. So gas electrode. So gas is in contact. So gas is in contact with the inert electrode, inert foil like platinum, and again it is in contact with the positive ions as H plus ions. So this gas electrode, we can give the example is hydrogen electrode. Also we can give one more example for that, that is chlorine electrode. Okay, so that also can be given. So platinum is inert here because it won't take part in the reaction. So gas electrodes. Amalgam electrode is similar to the first one, that is metal ion electrode. So amalgam electrode is exactly same, only changes here. Instead of metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions. Here we are taken amalgam. So amalgam, the combination of linen, mercury, amalgam. So this is in contact with the solution of its own ions. So in this way it differs from the first one, that is metal ion electrode, amalgam electrode. So next we have redox electrodes. Redox electrodes. So what do you mean by redox? So redox, we tell that we already have learned about oxidation and reduction reactions. So if this oxidation and reduction reaction takes place simultaneously, then that kind of reaction is called as redox reaction. Now why the name has to be redox here? Because in such cases, redox electrode means where exactly the redox means both the reactions are possible, that is oxidation as well as reduction. So redox electrodes are the electrodes where we find both the forms of the substance, like a reduced form also and the oxidized form of the same substance. So which is in contact with the inert electrode. So as you can see in the example, so platinum is the inert electrode, and this is the reduced form, and this is the oxidized form of the same Fe. So this is redox electrode. Now next is one more type we have, that is ion selective electrodes. Again, the name itself defines what they are, that is ion selective electrodes. It is sensitive or it selects the ions. In particular which we have to know, and so we don't have to go into the detail of all this. Only thing is why we just have to know what these are and the examples. But according to the syllabus, we have to study more about what ion selective electrodes. So let us go for ion selective electrodes. In ion selective electrodes, as I have already told you, the example is glass electrode. So that glass electrode, what we have to study now. Ion selective electrodes already definition we have already discussed. That is nothing but ion selective electrodes are electrodes which are selectively specific to certain kind of ions, which are selectively specific to certain kind of ions and develop the potential according to the concentration of the ion. So here that those are called as ion selective electrodes. And now let us we have to go for next ion selective electrode. What they contain exactly? So they contain exactly the one reference electrode. Every ion selective electrode contains reference electrode, one reference electrode, and membrane. It's not just the membrane, it's very thin glass membrane will be present in that. So these two will be present in what? In ion selective electrodes. Now we have to study about the glass electrode. So how the glass electrode is constructed and how does it work and what are the applications of glass electrode. So let us move on to the next one, that is glass electrode, construction and working of glass electrode. Students, you can see the diagram of the glass electrode here. So this is the glass electrode. In this glass electrode, you can see how construction, if you talk about the construction of the glass electrode, that is, it is glass electrode is having a thin walled, long tube like this. Thin, long tube is there, and down a very thin walled glass membrane is there. Okay, so this glass electrode, it consists of what? Thin, long, it consists of long wall, this tube-like structure, and down is very thin glass membrane is present here. Okay, and there is center platinum wire for external contact. Okay, so that you can connect it, and you can see in the bulb, it's a very thin bulb, as I said, a glass membrane is here, and very thin glass membrane is present here, and inside the membrane, inside the bulb, it's bulb-like structure, bulb is there. So in this bulb, we have 0.1 molar HCl solution is present here. So 0.1 molar HCl solution. Now one more we can see here, that is AgCl, that is the internal reference electrode. Because already we have discussed, that is what does the ion selective electrode contains. Ion selective electrodes mainly contains what? One reference electrode and a very thin glass membrane. So this is the reference electrode present in the glass electrode. That is silver chloride electrode. It is present as internal reference electrode, and it's the glass, and it is what? It's a glass membrane is present here. And a center, the platinum wire is there for the external contact, so that you can connect it. So this glass electrode can be represented or can be written like this. That is Ag, single vertical line, AgCl, okay, solid, and 0.1 HCl solution is there in the glass, right? So this long glass tube-like structure, this glass electrode contains glass tube-like structure, down thin walled glass bulb at one end, and inside the bulb 0.1 HCl solution is present, and internal silver chloride, this reference electrode is present in that one. Now this glass electrode is having high electrical conductance and low melting point, high electrical conductance, and can sense hydrogen ions up to pH 9. And this glass electrode is made up of very thin glass, that is the composition of the glass, if we talk about, is made up of 22% So the composition of the glass is like this. So this is how we can explain the glass electrode, the construction of the glass electrode. Now we have to see that this and how does the glass electrode work? How does the glass electrode work? Now the glass electrode works. Working, we have to go for the working of the glass electrode. Now when this glass electrode, this we have talked about, then which is at one end a glass membrane is there. When this is dipped in the, let us imagine that this is dipped in the what? A beaker containing solution. A beaker containing solution. In that also we have taken acid solution. And inside also you can see that 0.1 HCl solution is there. It can be 0.1 HCl or 0.1 HCl solution is there. So in their case, what happens? That is this glass electrode we have taken, and we will insert that glass electrode in the beaker, which contains again the acid solution. So what will happen? How does it work? So we can see that here ion exchange reaction takes place. That is H plus ions plus Na plus Cl minus. H plus ions from where do we get? That is as I already told you, we have taken a beaker containing what? Acid solution. So from that H plus ions these are, and plus Na plus and Gl minus means this is from the glass membrane, so which contains Na plus ions. So when that is dipped, so what happens here? You can see that H. So this Na plus will be replaced by H plus ions. Na plus ions will be replaced by H plus ions. So here ion exchange reaction takes place. So on this, this is the principle of glass electrode. This is how it works. H plus ions will, Na plus ions will be replaced by H plus ions. They will get exchanged. That we call as ion exchange reaction takes place. Now let us know in detail what happens exactly that glass electrode, when it is dipped in the solution containing acid solution, that is acid solution again. So we have to see here, and we discuss the working of the glass electrode, and we finally arrive at one equation. Students, we were talking about the working of glass electrode. Before going to working of glass electrode, I just want to show you the glass electrode. So the glass electrode will be like this, which are going to use it in the laboratory. So this is the glass electrode what we have seen in the diagram. This is the actual glass electrode, and you can see that okay, this is the plug where we can use it for connection, and mainly it's a long glass tube. It's a long glass tube, and down there is a bulb. Okay, you can see that there is a bulb in that. Okay, small bulb is there, right? Long glass tube and thin walled bulb at one end, which is very thin glass, very thin glass it is made up of, and inside you can see that 0.1 HCl solution is there here, and inside main is what? Internal reference electrode, that is silver chloride electrode is there inside. Okay, so it is also called as combined glass electrode. That is also called as combined glass electrode. So this is the electrode what we are talking about. Okay, and it is having high electrical conductance, low melting point, and can sense hydrogen ions up to 9. So this is what the glass electrode, which are again going to use it in the laboratory for the pH determination. Okay, so application also I will, because application we will come across with the application. So here it is used in the pH, mainly it is used in the pH determination. So advantages, if you talk about, it is a portable, easy to handle, also portable, and it works in the oxidizing and reducing environments. Okay, and so this is the glass. It doesn't get poisoned. This. So it is used as a inside. Okay, it is used as a reference electrode. So that's why it is a glass electrode which can be used in our laboratory. Now how does it work, that we have to see. Now, so the same ion exchange reaction, that is H plus ions are exchanged, H plus ions are exchanged with H plus ions. So the same one we can show, we can write it like this. Test solution we have taken, unknown solution, that is H plus ion, C2 is there, and this is the glass membrane. Then inside what is there, already just we have talked about, that is internal reference solution. C1, that is 0.1 mCl solution, and AgCl, that is internal reference electrode is there. So schematic presentation, what exactly we have talked about. So this is the presentation of the glass electrodes. What it is, same I have written it like this. So next is we have to discuss how it is going to work. How does it work? Now let us take one beaker. Let us take one beaker, and that is a container, and in there we have to take acid solution. Okay, in that we have to take acid solution, and what we have to take is, in that we have to dip this glass electrode. We have to dip this glass electrode. So what will happen is, when we dip this glass electrode inside, so let us take the C1 solution here. C1 solution. C1 is what? External acid solution here. So external acid solution we have taken here. This is the C1 solution. Okay, let us name it as C1. So acid solution we have taken in the beaker, and dip the glass electrode in the beaker. So the glass electrode, about the glass electrode already we have talked about. This is the glass bulb, and this inside you can see that 10 by 10 acid solution is present. So let us take it as C2. Let us take it as C2. So when this is the condition, that is when glass electrode is dipped in a beaker containing acid solution. So what will happen? So gel layers will develop, as in I have shown it with the dotted lines. So these are called as gel layers of the bulb. Gel layers of the bulb. So what happens to gel layers of the bulb? Because they develops a potential. Why the potential arises? They develops a potential EB arises due to the difference in the concentration of the acid solution. Difference in the concentration of the acid solution, that is inside also and outside also. So here outside one acid, no doubt outside also acid solution is there, inside also acid solution is there. But the concentrations of the acid solutions are different. Concentrations of the acid solutions are different. So they develops a boundary potential, which is written as EB. The boundary potential, which is written as EB, and that is EB is equals to, we can write it here, E1 minus E2. So there at the boundary the potential arises, and that we can write it as EB, and can be written as EB is equals to E1 minus E2. Now we have already learned about the concentration cells, and already know the formula for the concentration cell. So let us apply the concentration cell formula here. Now what will happen? EB is equals to E1 minus E2, and what is E1 minus E2? So already we know that the formula for the concentration cell. So let us substitute here. That is 2.303 RT by NF log C1 by C2. So if we put it here, so we will get the formula like this. E1, E2, what are exactly E1 and E2? So what we will get it is 2.303 RT by NF log C1 by C2 to the base 10. Now what we will do it here? So let us take the concentration inside the bulb, that is concentration of H plus ions. C2 inside the bulb is constant. Okay, so let us take it as constant, and what remains is here EB, that is boundary potential, is equal to constant. Okay, so from this here only we have got it. One of the along with the negative sign only we have taken, that is concentration of the C2, that is a minus 2.303 RT by NF log C2 to the base 10. We have taken it entirely as constant. So that constant is written here. So plus 0.0591 by N log of here C1. Okay, so C1 concentration we have taken. Now next, so this is that. The next what happens is the same constant. H plus ions. Now we know that already we have the knowledge that what is pH is equals to. Okay, pH is equals to minus log of H plus. Okay, so we have already learned about this one in our lower classes. That is the formula for pH. It's the equation pH is equals to minus log of H plus. So let us incorporate that here. EB is equals to K. So K, because we have taken constant, is equals to K here. So K minus 0.0591 pH, because here N is the number of electrons involved in the reaction, and since it is H plus, so only one electron is involved in the reaction, so it is 1. So that's why the equation becomes EB, the bond EB means the boundary potential. EB is equals to K minus 0.0591 pH. So this is the equation for boundary potential.